DP is going to destroy you. If you focus DP, then Monkey King is the same problem. We see here the initiation is very good. Raven is very hesitant, like he's hesitating a lot. He's hitting a creep, going back in, out. If you want to commit, you know, put the ring down, fight in the ring. Because what ends up happening is he basically does nothing in this fight, and it has to be the DP, Phoenix, and the Timbersaw that carry this fight.
I think he was maybe hesitant on whether or not his team was going to join him, if they were just going to let the Clockwork die or not.
Yeah. But, you know, if he put down the Wukongs, I actually don't think he even dies there. With all the bonus armor, he will deal a lot of damage in return. But what ended up happening is just that he, you know, he tanked for his team, which I guess isn't terrible. So the DP can come in from the back line and just absolutely massacre them.
I wonder if that was also due to the fact that maybe he thought he was going to get speared into the arena. They've got the Hex, they have the Aether Remnant, they land the Spear. Phoenix killed quickly, Masaro's moving forward, Cogs around RR. He'll die too, so 1 for 1. Timberchain onto the high ground. Chakram hitting BDZ, as well as the Whirling Death. The arena's down, but they get the kill into the Shadow Shaman. This is now an arena to leave. Spear hits, and I believe bounces off the wall. At least that's what it looked like. Rapido trying to get out, but the Boundless Strike lands, and this should be a dead Mars.
Possibly.
Timberchain left and right. Chakram, Crypt Swarm, and the finish.
Nice. Both teams smoking up without their ults. Interesting fight. Like, they were both just really weak. But of course, if you're 8k up with a head, you're just going to take this fight pretty handily. As I said, they have no way to deal with the Timber at all.
Yeah.
And Exorcism for Roshan. Very good call. Getting that Aegis on the Monkey King. And you have so many problems now. You can't kill DP, you can't kill Monkey, you can't kill Timber. Even Clock and Phoenix are tough kills. Like, they're very tanky for support.
Oh, they're trying to make a jump. Can Aether Remnant, Timberchain, that puts, or that was actually the hookshot, sorry. Hookshot brings him onto the high ground. Now the Timberchain from Masaros. Roche getting low, Aegis in the hands of Raven. It looked like he wanted to make the Astral Step attempt. Mules, RR on the run, Boundless Strike, dead before he could get the Primal Split off. What I was going to say is it almost feels like this game is deceivingly 9K. Like, then the lead is 9K. Because at times it feels much more, but at other times it feels a lot closer. But the net worth really hasn't shifted too much.
Yeah, it depends on, like, who's taking the fight on whose term. Like, if Radiant gets it on their term, you know, they're absolutely going to crush it. The Dire has to be a little bit more smart about it, you know. They need to get a good Primal Spring off, a good Hex initiation with Shadow Shaman, simply because they're lacking the teamfight capability. Like, they need to really burst a hero or two down before it all starts, but that's where the problem is. They have 5 really tough to kill heroes on Radiant now. Monkey has Aegis, DP naturally hard to kill, Timbersaw naturally hard to kill. Phoenix and Clock are 2 strength supports that are just naturally also very tanky. Where does the damage come from?
Yeah, right. And if you go into the Supernova, we've seen how much they struggle to take out the egg.
Yep. On top of that, Void Spirit itemized defensively, so they have even less damage capabilities, same as the Mars, going into Yules as well. I think there have been some, you know, questionable item decisions in this game for sure. Double Yules doesn't really help you fight.
So they have Hookshot available. There it is, immediately on the Mars. Boundless Strike, Cogs push him back.
Easy kill.
Kill on a Rapido onto the tier 2 mid. Also looking at Yowie.
Monkey King, I believe. Yep, just finishes BKB as well. Even another problem to present them. Deal with this.
They are looking to dive forward. And look at the damage. RR silenced. Dead already. Icarus dive with the Hex. Mid Icarus dive, decent maneuver, but there's the Supernova going off. They've got the Wukong's command down. Yoey's going to try and survive with the Battle Trance, chasing after Moon. The damage just not enough. They got the kill in the jabs. They get the arena down. The Exorcism was used. Moon getting low. He ends up dead. Yoey's already gone, though. 3 heroes dead without buyback on the side of Execration. They'll look over the Mars as well as this Void Spirit. Try to do what he can to get the kill on a Raven. Pops the Aegis. Now inside the Cogs is DJ, Dissimulate, and the kill onto this Clockwork. 3 gone and 2 more to go. If Execration can turn this around, I'd be super impressed. But the Yules is there. Ken in trouble. And RR back into the fight. Primal Split, BKB comes out from Raven. Boundless Strike, right clicks in, just needs one more. Melee range, is it there for the Monkey King? Not just yet. He'll go for the TP out. The BKB lasts enough for him to be successfully away. And Masaros also TPs out.
Yep. well taken fight by the Dire on their terms. No DP ult. Did they have DP ult?
It was going, yeah.
It was actually going, so they managed to kill him during it. But I believe he activated quite late. I think it was still on cooldown for a little while.
Now watch as this fight kind of evolves, because it looked like these heroes on Execration were just falling apart. BKB picked up just there for the troll.
Yep.
Serpent wards around the Phoenix, and there's the Yules to stop. Ooh, they find BDZ.
Easy pick off.
So we were looking at that replay, but we catch the kill on the BDZ.
Yep. Yeah, as we saw that in the replay also, like the exorcism came off cooldown halfway through the fight. So that's honestly like the the worst case scenario for a DP. Like you use it halfway through when you're already half health, kind of not sure whether you're gonna win or lose the fight, and he ends up getting bursted. It was a very good effort by Dire. But there were a couple of buybacks involved. The lead is still growing, even though you took that amazing fight. And again, it's just getting harder from this point on out.
So Monkey King close to this axe.
Yep. Almost guarding Greaves completely on the Timber. He doesn't even want to bring the mech out, Like he says, nah, I'm going to leave it in my stash until I got the whole Greaves. We don't need that right now. Interesting decision. There's like 3k gold in the stash.
But it's a smoke play from Execration, really trying to turn their fortune. They look over at the Phoenix. The silence is out. Now they've got the egg, but it's immediately killed. Spirit Siphon, Exorcism coming through. They get the kill on the BDZ. They look over at RR. They'll take out the Brewmaster, and now next is Ken. Astral step away, but the balance strike hits from Raven. Dissimulate onto the high ground with the Timber Chain right behind him. Another Astral step. Ken using that whip. Get him a little bit quicker away from Fnatic, but just not quick enough. They've caught up to him, and this is a tough one for Ken to try and get out of. They've got the silence down, the BKB, as well as the Wukong's into the arena. But he's got the BKB. They're going to the Primal Split. They'll look for Masaros. He's getting low, but he's inside the Wukong's command, making this very difficult. Yules into the air. Can they get the kill, at least onto the Timber? Yes. Ken finally finishes him. RR dead again. They'll chase after Moon. They'll land the spear onto the Death Prophet. And they've hexed up Moon, and then they've got the kill again.
Yeah, buyback expanded from Brewmaster, but very well worth it. A little bit overchased from the Radiant side. Fnatic was a little bit too eager to kill that Void Spirit, naturally elusive hero. Sometimes you just gotta let them go. Like they were diving like tier 2s, they were chasing for like 20 to 25 seconds. Didn't have the abilities off cooldown. It really shows. If you fight on their terms without your good abilities off cooldown, you are going to lose. 11k means nothing if you're in a weak state.
So, Troll's catching up.
Yep, and he's going into the Basher. Once he gets that Basher, this DP can blow up. But again, the Phoenix died very early into the fight.
His Supernovas have been ambitious.
Yes. But that's the thing, because they get on top of him so easily that he had no other choice but the Supernova. He's going to have his BKB soon. He needs 600 gold to finish that. And the Phoenix with the BKB is going to be a huge problem for the Dire side.
How do you feel about Ag Shard on Shadow Shaman?
Oh, the 4 Serpent wards?
Yeah, my friends don't really like it.
I think it's alright. It's a little bit overrated in my opinion. I'd rather spend the 1400 gold on the 4-staff or Blink Dagger, especially if I'm a support. I think I can justify it more when I'm a core, because you're going more for like solo plays.
It's also helping to push, get some farm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. It's just 1400 gold is a big investment this early into the game.
Yeah.
As a support.
For sure.
As a core, I feel you can justify it a little bit more.
I guess maybe the thought process is you're Shadow Shaman, you've got an Aether Lens, your cast range is ridiculous already.
Yeah. But again, it's not an instant initiation. You still got to walk up. You can't get out of bad situations without the Blink Dagger. It's... I guess everybody has their own preference how they like to play.
Yeah. So they are trying to cut this one back. I mean, it's 9k. They're slowly but surely doing it. And you can see that little peak on the mountain. Yeah.
But the last 2-3 fights have been quite sloppy by Fnatic. Like they weren't grouped up properly. They just keep diving too much,
It's not focused.
They fight without their abilities.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like they're, maybe underestimating the enemy a little bit and what position they're actually in. Execration is not a bad team. You can't afford to
And they've proven that. They've got the servant wards around the Timber. Now the Arena with the Spear. Do they have the damage? With Cinder Brew, Yules, silence onto this Troll, but Basaros ends up dead to Ken. They do take out that Timber, and they get through that armor.
Again, now very disconnected suddenly. Why is he there all by himself when no lane is pushing? You can see both middle and bottom are pushing towards the Dire, and they're not defending. The only place they can possibly be is up there. So yeah, they're getting a little bit, you know, disconnected. We'll have to see how they bounce back from that, honestly, because the last 3 fights, and now this as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like the Fnatic from the early game.
Timber can fall as long as he, you know, they catch him in that situation. He can fall regardless of that too, but finding him by himself makes it
much easier.
Much easier.
Of course.
So BKB almost finished for the Void Spirit. Finally, Execration doing some dewarding and getting some vision on the Radiant side of the map.
Yep, and Basha also completed on a Troll. He is a big threat now. He can actually kill this DP through the BKB.
And if the Abyssal finishes, you're jumping. And I would assume you could jump the Phoenix, make sure that Supernova never gets off.
Yeah, it's a big possibility. With that Abyssal, everything changes.
Yeah. Psychic Headband for both sides.
Yeah. One of the more lackluster items, I feel like. But
I think it's all right. It depends on the hero, right?
yeah, I mean, I like it on Puck, but other than that...
Like, I like it here on the Shadow Shaman.
Oh yeah, I guess it
The
does
extra
give 100
cast range is nice.
Yeah, 12% intelligence. That's such a weird ability.
It's weird considering we usually get like plus 100, plus 150. Never. Yeah. It's usually not just like...
Percentages are interesting in Dota.
Yeah.
Oh, Troll.
Yoey.
Nope. Not going for
Thinking about the Primal Spring, but just hops down from the tree. Monkey King also going into a Basher, but Troll closing the gap on that net worth difference. Almost at that Abyssal.
Very quickly. And as the Void Spirit, suddenly almost 2k ahead of the DP.
Yeah, Moon's really fallen off.
Yep.
Well, gold-wise. I think the Exorcism obviously still there. This Roche is important, and Execration have no idea this is going on.
Yeah, I don't know if they have no idea or if they're just fine with the idea of conceding it, but I think they would be able to fight this game.
Yeah.
If they're...
Good arena.
Yeah, maybe they're actually just not aware.
It could be they're unaware. Maybe they really want to finish that Abyssal in the BKB, and they can, if they think that they've got the ability to fight once they have those items, even with a second life.
Want to force out the BKB here?
Yule's hook shot, and now the Primal Spring, but the BKB comes out from Ken. Maybe looking to turn this. Aether Remnant down, doesn't catch anybody. Fnatic in the triangle still. Meanwhile, Execration, they'll retreat back just a little bit.
BKB forced though. It's a fresh 10 seconds. Always feels bad to have to use it defensively, but of course, rather use it than die. DP suddenly got this like 2k network. Where did that come from? Just like in like half a minute.
By the way, the Brewmaster never finished the Spirit Vessel.
He did not. Also, it's quite useless now because he has like 2 ways of dispelling it. He got the Yules, he got the Guardian Greaves. Not really value anymore.
Well, you said he was never going to get the gold to get it, and it's just, yeah, you know, and once you do, even if you do, like you say, it's too late.
Yeah. Get the Yules off here maybe. Doesn't look like it. Not quite in range. Yeah, now we can see like this is a problem if you pick Timber so off lane. It's a very strong laner.
Ooh, Yules?
DP here.
This Aether Remnant I don't think is on the line though, but it forces the BKB.
Interesting BKB. He should have seen it's not on the mark, and all his team is behind him. Huh.
Balance Strike actually splits the seams, and now they go after the Shadow Shaman onto the high ground, but BDZ ends up falling. They've got the arena down, but there is the Cyclone onto the Monkey King. I think that messed up the spear coming in from Rapido. They use the Exorcism hookshot onto Yoey, who popped the BKB. Maybe thinking about turning, but he knocks out the cogs, trying to get back into the base, pops the Battle Trance, goes after DJ, but they've got the Yules. They've kited him enough, and will they get the kill on a Yoey? He's starting to get some healing. Not enough to survive. Down goes the Troll. They're on top of Ken, who will dissimulate, go to the low ground, Astro step back towards base. This Exorcism, now they need to go for the tier 2 tower. They're into the base, and the tier 2 is still standing.
Yeah, they're very divey this game. Fnatic is out for blood. Don't know why. Maybe they had a bad breakfast experience or something. But they just want to murder them, absolutely.
Double silence. Ooh, triple silence. That hit everybody.
DP ult of cooldown.
Mules again. BKB from Rapido. There's the Hex as well as the Spear. Timber's going to be hard to kill once again. They've got the Wukong's command down, but there's the Shackle. It takes out Masaros. RR is dropped. Buyback from the Troll. So now they're going to try and make something happen. They'll go after Raven. Yowie leading the charge, going after Raven. The bash is coming through. The right clicks are in. They've got the Serpent Wards, but there's the Supernova out of the back lines with Balance Strike coming out from Raven. They pop the Aegis, but they will lose Rapido. Ken, as well as Yowie, looking for their opportunity to jump back in. They've got the Serpent Wards down, as well as the Hex coming out from the Shadow Shot. The bash is coming through from Yowie, and enough damage to get a kill. Guardian Greaves or die. 85 seconds without buyback for this Monkey King. Can they? Oh my god, the cast range! That is absurd. The shackles are on. The Aether Remnant's there, but Moon's still not dead. They've got the Hex. Masaros trying to chase back BDZ.
Jeez.
Chakram right on top of him, as well as the Timber Chain. They get the kill on a Moon. They'll look over now at Masaros, who gets the kill on a BDZ with a Chakram pull back in. But the bash is from Yowie. This buyback is worth it. He'll try to get the kill on the Timber. He's all by himself and gone. 4 heroes dead on the side of Fnatic and Execration. It counts as a hold. They bought back on the Troll, but when you get 4 heroes and you stop them like that, it is well worth it in the end.
And also buyback, of course, by the Timber. He had a dieback. Again, why was he there at the tier 4 towers? What is Fnatic doing? Just get the buildings, you know? Like, you don't need to dive base. Your job is to kill the barracks, get an advantage, build upon that advantage, but they just keep diving, and Execration is punishing them heavily for it. Also, DP had plenty of time to use the cheese or his BKB. Did neither and just died. The fight could have easily turned around. Here we see it again how it all started. Timber saw,
In
feeling
pretty
very
far.
strong. But why are you here? You know, it's too much.
Trickling in before his team comes over, and yeah, shackles from just outside the Wukong's command from BDZ. Masaros is dead, RR is gone, dead for 40 seconds. I mean, that's how long this fight lasts, that he was back into it a second time without buyback.
Premature BKB from the Monkey as well. Aegis pops, he has no Wukong, he has no Aegis. Phoenix already used the Supernova as well, expended, and they just run in, kill the Troll. No counterplay to this.
I will say that that does give you a win condition, though.
It does.
Troll used his buyback. That could be massive.
Smoke
but
up.
if they can hold towards Roche, that would be good. Smoke gets broken, silence on a 2. They hit the Yules. Oh, the Abyssal! Mid-Icarus dive! The BKB's been popped by Gems. They've got the Wukong's command down. Moon going in with the Exorcism once again. This is a fight that Execration need to retreat from. It's not the initiation that they wanted. RR getting low in that Earth Panda, and he is dead for 45. They've caught the Mars, and now the hook shot with the BKB popped as he lands. Cogs are down. TP attempt. Can he get away? Yes, he can. Raven with that basher. No chance to stop the TP. Doesn't get there in time, so Rapido leaves. They lose the Brew of RR. That's Exorcism down, though. Wukong's gone.
And Brewmaster up in 20.
Yeah, Brewmaster's up. He just doesn't have the Primal Split.
Whoa, that was close. They were about to find a good initiation here on the Monkey King. Makes it out just in time. I'm actually surprised that DP did not chase after the Troll, who had BKB expended. Because I think they could have killed the Troll there and get the finish. Because if Troll dies, the game is over. And
Yeah.
he definitely has the movement speed to chase him. He chose to kill the Brewmaster instead, which I don't think is worth. But we'll see if they goes back to bite them or not.
Aether Remnant pulls him up onto the cliff, forces him to
TP out.
TP. Abyssal finished on the Monkey King.
Yeah.
But you're definitely feeling the pressure if you're Fnatic. Again, it's been close to this lead the last 20 minutes or so.
The lead
but
is
it's
just going down, not up.
yeah. I mean, the lead's been at this 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, you see it there. It doesn't
Roller
feel
coaster.
like it's such a big lead. Like, Execration have the tools, despite being down so much.
They definitely have the tools, and also Fnatic is making it quite easy for them because they just keep diving so deep every time they fight. They really just need to focus and hit the buildings. You know, whoever's the shot caller needs to calm the team down. Focus the buildings, guys.
Oh, look at where Moon is.
Yep, no
Rapido
exorcism.
far forward, balance strike, Chakram. Now the silence rules up into the air, looking for the Wukongs. Now they need to try and get out, but they've got the Abyssal Blade. He's in the center of the ring, but escapes. at least for now. Hook shot in, perfectly placed by DJ, and Rapido is gone. He does have buyback. He dropped down the arena, so that keeps them close for now. Astro step across on 3, but they've got the heroes. The Abyss Blade comes in onto the Timber Saw. Is it going to be enough to get the kill? They've got the Sunray on these heroes with BKBs being popped around the horn by Fnatic. They have the Shackle as well as the Serpent Wards that's around the Timber Saw. They're still trying to focus him. Yo, he's dead! 2 minutes gone. Supernova goes off. They look over the Void Spirit who's stunned on the high ground. Spirit Siphon is on top of the Void Spirit as well as the Chakram. They've slowed him down. They got the kill. They've got buybacks available on Brewmaster as well as the Void Spirit, but they're going to lose BDZ potentially. Sunray on him. Abyssal used by Raven, and they get the kill onto the Shadow Shaman once again. Rapido, he bought back into this fight. He's trying to run from all these heroes on the side of Fnatic. They bought back on the Phoenix. They got the kill on the Clockwork, but the balance strike hits onto 2 heroes. BDZ as well as Rapido. Rapido gone for 100 seconds. He's got no buyback now as he already bought back early in this fight, but they got the silence out on Abysaros. It's just not enough damage with the Astral Steps. Backdoor protection is there, so they can't get these racks just yet. Shackle from a distance, lays down 4 Serpent Wards, level 24 for Raven, and just trying to stand his ground with Moon using that Exorcism and Abysaros right in front of him. They'll use the Sunray to heal up. Ken goes forward, silences all 3, Astral Step. They'll get at least 1 set of racks here. But now, will this Void Spirit get out? Abyssal Blade is used once again. The damage coming through the Ether Shock's not going to be enough of a deterrent, but the Balance Strike comes in. They get the kill on Cannon. He's going to be dead for a minute 20. This could be the beginnings of the end. They've got the Exorcism rolling. They could go towards the tier 4s instead of going for the side racks and the tier 3s. With no Troll, no Mars, and no Void Spirit, this is a hard hold for them to get, but they've got the glyphs to buy some time. The question is it enough time bought? Exorcism running out. Raven and Massaro standing forward, looking for the tier 4s. They'll get at least 1. The commitment's still there as they are far forward, and RR and BDZ are the only ones who can hold. The hookshot comes in with a balance strike. They'll get the kill to the Shadow Shaman as he gets out of the cogs, but ends up falling, and now it's just 1v5 and looking like the end. This is all that they wrote for Execration. They'll call GG. Fnatic will take game 1. And it's a close one, but at the end of the day, Fnatic pull through when they finally put all of their tools together.
Yeah, last team fight was very clean, good egg. Good Wukongs on the Mars, bought back immediately, but what really set the fight off was just the perfectly placed egg. They couldn't fight into it, and you know, they trickle in one by one with the buybacks, but without a troll, no chance.
Yeah, and it was a quick kill onto the troll at the end that made it, you know, crumble and fall down all the way through.
Honestly though, Fnatic, you know, it looked very close, but I really feel like it's just, you know, purely on Fnatic. They had such a big lead, but they just kept diving and diving. It felt more like they're having fun playing with their prey, you know, like they were in control pretty much all the time, but it almost backfired. So they need to actually, you know, we know DPC, you get 1 chance against every team. You need to use it. You can't just be playing with your food, you know. You need to be absolutely serious at all times.
Yeah, you need to make sure that you finish it off, get the victory, and move on to the next match. We'll hear what the panelists have to say about game 1. Nomad, take it away.
Thank you very much, Beatcoast and Black. Yep, Daddy Black being the voice of discipline and reason, just as a good father does, and saying no messing around, no diving. You have to make sure that you are on the ball at any given opportunity, and Fnatic nearly dropping that ball, giving the chance to Execration to maybe come back into it. But in the end, they hold fast, they stick together, and just through sheer team fight and willpower, they take this game 1.
This game should not be as close as it was. Like, Fnatic just diving, making a lot of mistakes. I actually, while I was watching the game, I was like, if I was a captain of this team, you know, I would probably say, like, we need to stop. Like, someone needs to say something. Someone needs to be the voice of the reason, because it could easily backfire. Execration's lineup was really, really good. I think this is the first fight that we're seeing right now that is actually a full team wipe. Not the best eggs throughout the whole. This eggs look good, but throughout the whole game, it wasn't that easy. Also playing into troll could be a bit tricky, but yeah, Fnatic just seems like at least from the game 1, like a better team. But I do not want to see this happen. You know, this is something that was happening in 2013, and people stopped doing that. Just purely overextending. I do not want to see that from a top-tier team.
Is it... okay, so now the question is, are they playing with their food? Is that what it is, having a little bit of fun? Or is there some angst and they're just trying to punish Execration? Because there are 2 things. You're overly aggressive either to prove a point, or you're overly aggressive to have some fun, right? It's one or the other. I'm not sure which one of those 2 it was here, but like Lacoste, like Black have said, it's a slippery road if you take this kind of playstyle. You can easily fall and you can easily lose the game.
There's
so.
no reason to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna gain anything from that.
It's
Maybe
full
you
divide,
learn,
right?
you know,
It's-
that you should not do it again, but it's something that all other top teams stopped doing a long time ago.
Yeah, imagine if
Yeah.
they just take the win off of the laning stage. 3 of their cores were all ahead. They won the lanes. The first few team fights went well for them. And then you look at the game, and every now and then there's someone feeding, there's someone going too deep, there's Timber dying, there's Phoenix diving, there's buyback
and
from Timber.
You can't even make the argument that it's psychological damage either, because it would feel way worse to play into a team which was holding a steady line, going from objective to objective, playing very tight, and you just can't play into that. You just have to sit and watch them. But by doing this kind of messy, shaky Dota, which was very kind of exciting, but also not very disciplined, you give the opportunity for the enemies to counterplay, and you keep that hope alive. And now they come into game number 2 going, we can do this. We can do this. These guys can make mistakes, and we can punish that. And hopefully they will have to be the ones in the driving seat next game, and it should be on them not to make mistakes. And maybe they're watching this and going, if we're in this position, we could have done that better. Do you think they could have? Do you think Execration have actually maybe a bit more discipline than that?
Execration more disciplined. I think they did what they had to do. I was not a big fan of Void Spirit as the last pick, playing into that Prophet matchup. Also, one thing they were lacking is a Spirit Vessel carrier. Like, look at the healing. That Prophet, you have Monkey King, Phoenix. What else is there? There's one more, Timber. So, like, you would want to have
4 heroes.
Yeah, you would want to have someone that builds Spirit Vessel pretty early on. Shadow Shaman can't actually buy it. Like, I'm all about, you know, trying to think of something different, buy an item that's going to win you the game. It just doesn't work on Shadow Shaman. You're position 5. Brewmaster, try to get it.
It's a bit too hard for him.
You know, he's not having a game. He needs to save for a buyback. He needs to buy all the wards and smokes. Void Spirit also not the hero that wants to buy it. He's not the Ember Spirit that could flex it a bit. So this is where the issue comes from. Also Mars,
Yeah.
like, you're very locked with your items here.
Yeah,
Their draft was all right.
But
It was okay draft, like,
it
sure.
was okay. It was okay. They stood a fighting chance. And, of course, we have our MVP for this series and for this game number 1. It's going to be Jabs. He's our MVP of this game, playing a Phoenix and setting the world on fire. Support MVP in a game like this, I think that's fair enough.
I can see why, you know, level 22 kills 3. If we reverse those numbers, yeah, I see what production
26
is
assists,
doing.
then.
Yeah,
I mean, he was kind of the one who was not quite so deep, and I felt like if anyone was a voice in the reason it seemed it would probably be Jabs. I don't know the team's dynamic, but just from the way he was playing, I felt like he was probably the most stable of the teams. Actually, I really agree with that MVP. I think
I'm not sure. I think there was like 1 or 2 eggs that completely changed the game.
like the last egg, the one we
And the
saw
one
at the
beginning,
mid-tier
yeah.
1 tower. Other than
Good
that,
point.
Other
it
than
was
that,
like-
yeah.
Good point. If we
It
just
was
count
now.
those 2 eggs, though, eggs not an important spell anyway. You know, eggs. Yeah.
Sunray, yeah,
I've
he
got a
had some
dozen sitting
really
at
good
home.
Sunrays.
Damn, he was
So good at
standing
the
there and sunraying. Wow.
It is its most important ability, though, isn't it, Sunray? It's very strong. Anyway, we have some interaction from you guys, as well as you have been active on the old Twitter, giving us your takes. I'm fine with whichever team wins, but Raven will always be the one true carry of SEA. Go Philippine Dota, hashtag DPC SEA. That is what you need to hashtag to get on the show and for us to read out your tweets and give us your fresh takes.
A bit biased, but, you know, I can go with that. Raven has been a stable carry
For a really long time.
yeah,
as well.
so can agree with that one.
Fnatic coming into this series like a boss. Hashtag DPC SEA. A bit of an old meme, but you know what? We'll take it. It's always love to see the memes coming out,
Tropic
especially from me
Thunder?
and Lacoste.
Yeah, that's like from 2012. You need to upgrade your memes, buddy. You know, some of those still
old
work
one.
from time to time, but you know, you need to, like Bernie, like he is the hot meme right now. I want to
True,
see one
true.
with Bernie, that's for sure.
That's your challenge, Twitter. Give us a hot
Exactly.
Bernie meme. And me and Lacoste, you might get the thumbs up from me and Lacoste, which is a very high honor indeed. As some meme aficionados in the Dota scene, we can definitely pass judgment such as that. Alrighty, guys. Well, you've got plenty of time to do that, as we are going to throw it across to a break. After which we will be back with game number 2 of Fnatic versus Execration here at the DPC SEA by PGL. That's a lot of letters. Enjoy your break, and we'll see you very shortly.
you right down to the end of your days. And I'll be right there at the top of the maze while the rats in the sewer stay stuck in the days. So now I'm coming for y'all, whether you like it or not, you've already gotten involved. Don't take it personal, I gotta finish you off, cause only room at the top for one gun in the drawer.
Hello and welcome back to DPC SCA by PGL. My name is Nomad. Joining me in the panel is Lizard and Lacoste. Guys, game number 2, what's going to happen?
One of these two teams is going to win.
Exactly
Game
what I
number
wanted
2.
to hear, Lizard.
Exactly.
And
we have no losers here, only winners.
Only winners. Only winners and learners. That's what we've got here in there. But, I mean, there's not much time for learning in this league. We've also got a draft straight off the bat. My goodness, wasting absolutely no time at all. Hence why I was rushing that intro. You've been very good boys and girls at home, so we thought we'd get straight into the draft this time around.
Yep.
Yeah, guys.
We have the meta ban, OD. Now we're waiting for your Wisp ban. We're waiting for the Medusa or the Bat ban. Those
It'll be bat.
Oh, whoa.
Oh.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, Fnatic. What happened?
I think they might be preparing themselves for a Batrider pick, possibly, if they don't ban it out. So still feel they should, because...
So you banned the worst hero in the game so
Wait.
far in the tournament. That's
Oh, that's
Bounty Hunter.
No. I thought that was a Legion commander. My eyes are deceiving me.
Ah, you thought it's LC?
Yeah, I thought it was LC. I was like,
no.
LC is
Oh,
not a
no.
worst hero in this tournament. What?
No.
Yeah,
it's
Bounty Hunter, my boy Bounty. You know, losing the games,
boy Bounty,
not
what?
doing anything. Yeah.
I mean, we love it because it gives us easy predicts, right? Just bet against Bounty and you'll be right every time so far.
Me and my
It's like
boy
what?
Bounty, 0% win
0
rate.
out of 4. Good stuff.
I mean, we haven't really seen way too many games, but in the games that we have seen Bounty, he's been absolute trash. So maybe Fnatic, they are trying not to pick it themselves, you know. Maybe one of the teammates said, like, can you pick me Bounty? And this is the statement.
The draft is just like, I need to make an example of you. I'm going to ban your hero. That's what I'm going to do. Blimey. All right, next ban. Or maybe they accidentally banned it, and now they're all looking around like, what? What do we do now? Probably need to take away the background.
How do we counter this? How do we counter this ban? You know, Bounty Hunter ban. Like just ignore it. Like.
I think Fnatic is giving Execration everything. There's Bat in the pool, there's Medusa in the pool. Execration, did they first do Medusa last time? I think they did. One of the games they first do it.
Pick.
In the second game they had the second pick Medusa.
Yeah.
Batrider, why wouldn't you? Like, why wouldn't you first phase
It feels like a
10 bats,
very
sign me up.
comfortable pick for a Kane. He plays it extremely well, so I don't see why they should not go for it. Maybe because Nixus has encountered
Yeah,
Batrider
that's
pretty
something.
hard, so that's something that
Jesus,
they
that
need to
guy
think about.
is
Nixus
threatening
has
with that pillow. If they pick something bad, then they're just going to go...
Yeah, slam across the head. There's Nyx in the pool. There's also Quap in the pool for Fnatic Storm. There's like Nyx +1, and you can deal with the bat in the lane, sure, until he gets the BKB. Execration, all right.
The guy in the background, he needs a hug. You can see him hugging that pillow. Yeah,
What's it?
give him some love.
Where's the pillow? Ah, okay, there it is.
There it is. Don't worry.
Oh, sending my hugs to you, sir. This is.
Yeah, I know how he feels. I'm missing my girlfriend as well.
I like how he's acting. You know, he's all in, helping out, but you know, can't sit down. Normally needs to move. This is me when I'm talking on the phone. Like, have to do something else with my hands. I have to walk. So I can understand this type of behavior.
It's me when I'm casting. When I'm casting, I cannot sit still. Like, I need to be doing something, and I realize that, like, I pick apart my keyboard if I'm casting. So, like, I actually bought, like, a fidget cube.
Oh,
At least you're
start
not.
off
At
with.
least
those
you're
are
not,
those noises that I hear when you're casting from home.
Just like
as
keyboard
long
being
as you're not
pulled apart, yeah.
splashing water over your co-casters. You know.
True. I'm not doing that, luckily.
Shout out to Cap. In any case, speaking of heroes that can't really attack and do anything without constantly moving, that's your Wisp. Even on a core position, you kind of want to dominate that creep and move together throughout the fights. Right-click here and there, but mostly hit them with Spirit Balls and just deal the maximum amount of damage that way. Fnatic, I believe they had the Wisp plus Elder Titan before. There was also Wisp Tusk game in one of our series. This time around, it's Wisp and Brewmaster.
Interesting. I can see some interesting things with the movement speed from Drunken Brawler with that combination.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be laning together, so... Spirits plus Cinder Brew could be kind of nice. Some synergies, little synergies, micro synergies.
Looking at the opening from Execration, looks really strong. Like Mars, one of the top offlaners for sure. Paired up with the Elder Titan, you have so much team fight just coming out from these two heroes, and it's similar concept of like Faceless Void, ET. I'd call it a budget combo that ET and Faceless Void are doing what they have right now, because it's a bit harder to execute, but still is going to be very good at every single stage of the game.
For sure, for sure. Yeah.
One thing that they're missing overall in Execration right now, besides the cash that they get with Mars and the Elder Titan Stomp, something a little bit more reliable would be good. Something also a little bit more mobile would be nice. Always nice when you have a Wisp against you to have a hero that gets very deep and behind him. We have seen one of those Wisp games lose versus even a core Weaver recently, and the Weaver banned out by Fnatic. There you go.
They've been doing their homework.
Called it.
So Execration banning out Beastmaster, it's a good setup. Whenever I see like IO, Beastmaster is one of the heroes that comes to my mind, where you have good vision for relocate plays, easy setup, long
Roar.
duration stun. So very glad that they got rid of that.
All right, so any predictions then for what these teams will be going for if they are given it? I mean, obviously, Batrider, can't ignore it, still floating around somewhere.
Yeah, it's still solid. It's still solid.
Yeah.
If you look at the Execration, Batrider right now looks pretty good. Before, Batrider, yeah, might have been a little bit questionable because there's too many heroes left in the pool. But now in the second second picking stage, after the second banning stage has concluded, if it's not banned in the last ban from Fnatic, you could go for that, sure.
Medusa is still available
And
for
Medusa.
Execration, like ET plus Medusa, and they ban it out. Like
Yeah,
it
that's it.
just feels so good.
Yeah.
Whenever you see Medusa lineup, you need someone to hold them in place for Medusa to be able to deal
Yoink.
This is
the
so good.
damage.
This is so good from Fnatic, realizing. Should we can pick, I was thinking maybe they'll snatch Medusa. It's also decent with Wisp, right? But instead they ban
So,
out the Medusa
yeah.
and they snatch the bat.
So
instead.
you have what left in the pool that can lane. They removed Weaver, which is
Quap.
a really good laner against the Batrider. I mean, if it's
if it's offlane,
offlane Batrider, it's most likely going to be mid, because Batrider just really shines on that mid lane.
if
but
it's offlane, you have many cores that are still good, right?
Yeah, yeah. I want to see some saving potential possibly from Execration. Shadow Demon is the hero that comes to my mind. Like it's just a good setup for things. Shadow Demon Mars lane works really well, and the saving potential when the Batrider goes in with the lasso just feels really good to have. What happened with Venge? We did not see a single game of Venge. I
It's-
thought that hero has a lot of potential.
I don't think it's still bad if the game is good and if you have some cores that shine around her. Some of those cores have been nerfed, but if you have like a Medusa or they just go with the Quap. They think it's bad mid. So returning to the Quap, the lane itself is really strong versus bat. You can combo it even harder with the position 4 Nyx, let's say. I'm not sure I would like that much, but it's solid. It's solid and it can work. It also gives you an opportunity to scout out Wisp. And if this is, let's say, a position 4 Wisp, he's always farming somewhere else with his partner, right? With his position 1. Nyx Assassin can come in handy to scout that out and prepare a gank.
Yep. And Ken very comfortable on the Queen of
With
Pain
the
as well,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely. And versus bat, you have the Carapace. Fnatic, they still have an option to flex. Like Lacoste said, these 3 picks are extremely flexible, so they can pretty much lane anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. They're really not showing anything.
Yeah.
All these 3 heroes can be played at the multiple roles. I think the next pick will show us at least what they are planning to do. If it is like a position 4 hero that they're trying to look into.
Hell, like this Batrider, he's now the most popular in mid lane because of the changes, right? But for the longest time, he was that annoying position 5 that stands in the lane and that annoys all of these scary strength heroes such as Mars, such as Timber. So
Ooh, interesting pickup from Fnatic as they go for the Pangolier. any indication of where this is going?
I
What
think
it's
it's a
doing?
core Pango now, position 3, Batrider mid, Carry IO, and Brewmaster 5. That's my guess looking at these picks. They will go with the Jug. So far they didn't have any abilities that go through Pango's Rolling Thunder. Now at least they have like Jug, they have Queen of Pain Sonic Wave, but they can't stop it. Like they can't stop Pango from rolling, which could be a bit of an issue here.
They're also protecting themselves with this Jug pick from the possibility of Batrider not being mid. You have that spin in the lane as well, which can come in handy. But man, Pango, for me, went from being a trash tier laner two
so
patches ago to such a good laner right now. First they added him that 4 extra damage on base attack. Now with Orb of Corrosion or Corruption, which one is it? I always Corrosion. And like he hurts. Like that lane is difficult to play against. And you're playing into what? Into Elder Titan and Jug. From Jug you can swashbuckle out. From Elder Titan you can disarm him.
Yeah, you can trade well against the ET. Just feels really good. And now Juggernaut, you know, he doesn't like to play into Batrider if that's a bat mid and looks like one, because you can get the most out of your like spin TPs out. There's always going to be a threat of lasso, something that Juggernaut really shines playing into, where there's no catch, so he can split push if things are not going well, dive deep inside the map, put some pressure until your team recovers, and this is not going to be the case.
All things said, Jug stonks are rising. This hero is looking stronger and stronger after each game I watch in other regions. The agility blink together with Omni-Slash, man, just disappear from the face of the earth.
Oh yeah, yeah, or even with a Swift Slash with the budget.
Yeah, exactly. Even with Swift Slash,
just kills the support. Like, oh, okay, guess I'll die. Very cool. Thank you. Yeah, that hero is pretty damn good. Unfortunately, didn't have much success today, as I believe A-Team picked up. I think it was a previous series. Didn't do too hot. And this game, I hope it does well, but considering the circumstances, I'm a little bit concerned. I think they do have the capabilities of dealing with it, honestly.
Interesting Dragonite ban from Execration.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a different read on this game than we do. That's for sure.
I see what you did there. Different breed fire, huh? With the Dragonite last May, you were not thinking about it.
You weren't thinking
it's
about
just
it,
my
really?
brain. He wasn't. I saw the look in his eyes.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you talking about?
Definitely thought
Got
of
him,
that,
guys. Grimstroke going to come out as a final pickup for Execration.
Okay,
Give a bit of
so
leash.
now they have something against the Pango leader, something that Batrider doesn't really like to play into. Their attack speed is pretty bad besides Wisp, so they can't take out the Phantom that easily. And it's going to be chaotic team fights from Execration. Like, you have so much stuff to focus on. Mars Arena, Grimstroke ulti, then you see a Phantom, Inkswell, Juggernaut coming in. Looks really good from
And also,
Execration. Like,
just thinking about the lanes, right? Like this Grimstroke, wherever he goes, he has high impact.
Yeah.
You have the spin Jug with Inkswell, you have Mars, like one spear to Inkswell.
Absolutely.
I like the pick quite a lot. Is it justified to leave Grimstroke for last pick instead of picking it a little bit earlier and then enabling yourself for something different?
Look at
I
this
think it
little
is. I think it
fella.
is. I like it. And finally, we will have the Ricky coming out from Fnatic. Big pick, little pick. Does this tickle your pickle, Lizard?
It definitely tickles my pickle or whatever you said, but is this... Wait, is this mid Ricky?
It is.
Or I've seen mid Ricky dominate some matchups. I've seen mid Ricky play pretty well into a puck. And then later on, obviously, that leash interaction can become a little bit difficult for Ricky, but... Queen of Pain.
I'm not.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm not liking this Ricky as the last pick. It looks very suicidal, I would say, where you had the hero to pick, you know, that can come on top.
All right,
but
well...
now you're playing Batrider into Juggernaut matchup, which is not really that great. And you have
So
Ricky into
Position
Queen of
for
Pain.
Pango as well, yeah.
We had kind of Fnatic on top in the middle to late side of the draft, but now in the end of the draft, have Execration done enough to swing it in your favor? Lacoste, who do you think is going to win this first game? Second game.
It's a tough one. I think Fnatic could have gone with something else if Ricky can, you know, get the farm with the IO, their timing probably is. It could be a different build than Ricky this time as well. Like maybe get a diffusal blade at the meta style. So I'll go with Fnatic still.
Fnatic, Lizard, you gonna shake things up?
Yeah, I'm gonna shake the house up. I'm going with Execration. This Ricky is playing into Quap on the lane. He has a lot of regen, a lot of armor. He's much stronger in the lane. I still don't think he's gonna do that well versus Quap. Later on, you have the Grimstroke leash problem, the silence from him too. The IO plus Ricky is not IO monkey. I can't. I like Fnatic more after the first game as a team, but the draft is better for me.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Once again, I'm gonna go with Execration for better or for worse. Let's bring in our casters, Bcop and Black, to have a little conversation quickly about this this second game. Guys, where are we going with this one?
Go first this time.
Probably. I mean, I gotta say Execration. Like, this Ricky Quap matchup is not great for Ricky. I've played a couple of times. You get harassed out of lane pretty easily. You can't really see as comfortably. Fnatic might win simply because they're the better team, but if they're 50-50, then, you know, Execration should take this.
Ben, you gonna make it 4-1, or are you gonna balance the scales?
I think chat's gonna vote Fnatic, and I just lost all my Twitch points, so I got to start winning them back, and I think the better odds are going to be on Execration, so I'll put my Twitch points on Execration again.
Okie dokie. Well, guys, some interesting reasoning there, but enjoy the game. We'll throw it over to you for game number 2 of Execration versus Fnatic.
Yeah, on to game number 2. I'm just giving the reason why Twitch chat's voting this way. It's the better return.
It is.
Those Twitch points are important. Got to be able to highlight my messages. I need to be able to spam some emotes.
I mean, it's a good gamble, especially this game. I feel you have the superior draft. Honestly, mid lane should be easy, bot lane should be easy. The only lane they might struggle in a little bit, but I'm not even too sure about that, is top lane. But I think XctN has a very good chance of just winning all 3 lanes here and snowballing really hard. Because Ricky, you know, even the 25 talent, like you attack the target, whichever you tether to attacks. Well, I don't know what I just said there, but you know what I mean? It's really really awkward with Ricky because he doesn't attack a lot, you know? And also his tricks of the trade it's a very weird interaction between those 25s. It's not a Monkey King, it's not the same power spike at all. So we'll have to see how it goes. I just don't believe in this Ricky IO duo just yet. Maybe it can prove me wrong.
And you're expecting Execration to potentially win all 3 lanes. We saw that in the last game from Fnatic. You know, it almost came back to bite them with a couple of misplays here and there where Execration were starting to pull back. Yep. I don't think that was a one-sided game at all. I know a lot of people will probably just kind of glance back at that one and be like, oh, they were up 10K pretty early on and held on to that net worth lead for the majority of that one. But Execration, to pull from that, I think there were some really good performances in that game that, you know, just fell up short.
Definitely. They had a chance to win that game. Fnatic outperformed them in the end, but there's definitely, you know, they can take a game of Fnatic. It's not like Fnatic is the huge favorite here. They have a slight edge, but anything can go.
Yeah, so we'll see which team ends up taking it. I'm always a fan of game 3s, so I'm hoping that, you know, we do get one of those. Overall, though, hoping for a good game of Dota. Tether, Raven, he's on this Wisp, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to save DJ. One more shot needed.
Close.
They just don't have anything more to throw, and he will salve himself up. Almost first blood for Execration.
Yeah. Little mistake there by the Mars. He canceled one of his auto attacks, which could have been enough. Maybe not, depending on the Stout Shield proc of the Brewmaster. But, yeah. Didn't end up happening. Still good aggression, though. You can see the damage potential from this lane.
Yeah.
As soon as they're level 3, it will be almost doubled. So,
how do you?
A lot of pain to come.
How do you feel about that mid matchup? Ricky up against the Queen of Pain.
Ricky can, like, if he completely plays out of his mind, you know, he dodges every Shadow Strike with tricks of the trade, lasts it perfectly. He can do very well. Just as the levels go higher, you feel worse and worse. Because level 6 also, this ult just takes off half your health instantly. You know, you're not a very survivable hero. Yeah, just look at his damage. He's just taking so much harass damage from the Shadow Strike.
They're going up top again for DJ. Inkswell pops, couple more shots. Again, just short the damage. Now Rapido needs to run from Raven. It's so close to being enough, and they've fallen short just by a couple tens of damage. I know it's usually a couple of hundreds, but a couple of tens. And we've got Ken, who's 2-0-1 right now in the mid lane. It's something I wanted to talk about with that Queen of Pain. We saw the build of the 2-0-3 with holding the point from Blink.
Yep.
Do you think we see that again up against the
Armel did
Riki?
that. I think you really want to prioritize the minute 4 room, so we're probably going to see 1 level in Blink at, at the very least. It's a very interesting build to not go Blink at all. Oh, so Stomp here. He does have a Firefly though.
Yeah,
so
I
it
believe
should be
you're
fine.
doing a lot of damage on Masaru, sends him back, forces him to use that Firefly, opens up this lane for Yoi, and jabs on this Pangolier, just trying to maybe make this lane a little bit harder while the Batrider's out.
Yeah. So going back to that skill build, if you're level 6, you don't feel comfortable skilling ult because you don't have any levels in Blink, so it's very uncommon. Usually doesn't ever happen. It's just really when you dominate the lane.
That's not really a domination. It's 20-5 to 16-4, so pretty close overall.
Yeah. Now it's the Rune
There's
RNG.
the 202.
Who's gonna get it?
It is top.
And an Arcane Rune.
That feels really good for a Queen of Pain going up against this Riki.
That feels really bad for the Riki. You notice the CS might be a little bit deceiving because you do need to buy a lot of regen in this lane as Riki.
Yeah, so it's more so on the net worth if you take a closer
You
look.
can see 1k net worth advantage already.
Yeah, and we take a quick look over, 1,800 for the Queen of Pain, 1,600 for the Riki. So it's not
that bad,
a
actually.
big split, but you can see a little bit.
Yeah. And it should just get worse as the levels go higher. It's really going to come down to like who's going to do more on the side lanes. Riki has potential to gank side lanes, but not nearly as explosive as a Quap, of course, with a Sonic Wave, Scream combination. So we'll just have to see what the mid lanes can get done this game. They will have to concede the bounty runes here. Juggernaut is a little bit too strong for them to fight.
Going into Morbid Mask first. Okay.
Mom, one of the more popular Juggernaut builds.
Ooh, almost swiped that bounty rune.
Yeah.
That would have been a quick little move right there.
But a lot of effort for nothing, while Quap was just sitting in lane farming. Should reach 6 well before the Riki, and then there should be a little bit of kill threat for a while.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll see if that's what it ends up being as Queen of Pain about to hit that level 6, the Blink Strike forward. Not a lot of mana left for Moon. Not enough mana for Tricks of the Trade at the moment, but first blood comes in from Masaros, killing off Yoi. That is a kill on the Jug that I don't think I was expecting.
This only happens when you make a huge mistake as Juggernaut. This should not happen. It's not supposed to happen. He just got caught off without Battlefield. Top spear into the trees. Grimstroke, Inkswell, half health on the Brewmaster, getting healed up a lot. Is it enough? Not quite.
Ooh, just gets the kill there on DJ, and you thought it would be enough to heal him again. Third time,
It's
they
not the
finally
charm.
get the kill.
Or is the charm if you're Radiant?
It's either is or isn't, and depending on who you're rooting for.
Yeah, but again, Juggernaut dying in this lane is pretty big because Badrider should not be getting these kind of kills, this kind of
Yeah.
money. Like, he's almost even net worth with Juggernaut. Before that, he was behind by a good 600-700.
So he's really recovered quite well. Now you see that Moon's level 6, so he's gone 0-3-2-1, and then Ken back here
Not
just trying to
ult
grab
again?
some stacks. So
Yeah.
2-1-3, which is still a similar build. Gets to level 7, goes to the Sonic Wave that's similar to what we saw the last time on Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I mean, he just skilled it to kill the stack because he got 7 from it anyways to skill the ult, and he had a regen rune packed up as well. Bottle refill from the Pangolin here. Very nice.
With Masaru still level 5, I wouldn't mind the Queen of Pain coming bottom if I was Execration.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, we just have to see the rotations. Like, Riki, he's not having the greatest game. He's the lowest farm of all cores right now. And a Riki that is not snowballing, I really hope he doesn't go for this Upper Corrosion, by the way, because it's just going to slow his timings down even more. This game, I think I would like to see probably a Diffusal, simply because the IO will be farming mainly, you know, and you want to pair up your Badrider with another person who can kill, which most likely is going to be Riki this game. So I would like to see a more aggressive approach. Nice D-ward. See if he gets a couple of procs here. There's
That's
one. Nope.
Ooh.
Too slow, no
Maybe a
boost.
second.
Just whack him back.
Well, back and forth, only gets one proc. Ken going in far. Blink
Sonic Wave and kill.
aggressively. And Sonic Wave, they need more damage. They went in the sleep. But they don't have vision.
Oh no.
Oh, that
This
was a
is-
jump. Grimstroke has the sentry ward, apparently.
He didn't put it down? Interesting. Why not? Beats me. I have no idea. That was a free Ricky kill. He should have died there, yeah. Brewmaster TPing mid lane, getting a lot of damage here from the Inkswell.
And it will pop, and BDZ is here with Ken. They should get the kill. Wow.
Lasso though,
That screen was enough, and now right on top of this Quap, they've got the lasso, and Ken will die. It's Masaros who gets the kill. Moon gets involved. I believe the sentry might have been delivered a little bit late, because I saw the courier going back home.
But it's the thing, you always need to be prepared to play against a hero like Ricky, jumping in as well. Tricks with the trade.
Inkswell not going to survive, and another kill for Moon.
Yep. Still 2k net worth lead for Radiant though, despite all that.
Yeah. And you can see it's because the Ricky's pretty far down. He's in the bottom 5.
Yeah. And the supports are really rich from the Radiant side actually. We see the Brewmaster is 800 behind the Elder Titan. And Pango is a good 300 behind the Grimstroke as well. I really like this Grimstroke this game because if you leash, you know, either the Ricky or the Pango to another target, they just can't play Dota. You can't use Tricks of the Trade, you can't use Blink Strike, and of course you can't really Pango roll either. It's a big problem. They have to play teamfights really carefully on the Dire side here. Trying to steal a stack as well is the Quap. We'll steal one of them. Not too big.
Double damage and take some gold out of the hands of Fnatic. Yoi is top, just farming away. He's got that Morbid Mask going Maelstrom after.
Yep.
So now, looking mid.
Easy kill again.
Easy kill on a DJ. This brew has been blown up a couple times. Raven's coming over. Doesn't really have a lot of mana to play with. And now they hit the spear. He goes into the trees, avoiding the sleep, gets speared up, and he's in a lot of trouble. They've got the tether, but the Sonic Wave is the finishing blow. Ken getting low, Moon trying to jump, the sleep avoided by the Tricks of the Trade. Blink Strike back to the Satyr, and Moon's able to escape.
Nice try. You kind of see Ricky without items is actually, you know, such a lackluster hero. Like, he just didn't do anything there.
They're trying to make a move. Masaro's coming back in.
Yep.
RR just getting right-clicked onto his back. Tricks of the Trade, Flame Break. They'll get the kill, but this causes the Ricky to be in a lot of trouble. The arena's down, the spear's there, the Blink Strike to Ken, but Moon dead afterwards. BDC with the finishing blow. 3k lead for Execration, 10 minutes into the game. They didn't exactly win all 3 lanes, but since the laning phase, they have played aggressive and they've won the next step.
Yeah, they have a lot of good tools to work with. The Arena, the Quap ult, as well as the Juggernaut, of course, being one of the stronger fighting carries. They're making good work of it. 4k ahead now, minute 10. Building up a very solid lead. Juggernaut going for the Mom first into Maelstrom, big fan of that. Gives you a lot of solo kill potential. Whoever you Omnislash should just die at this point.
And Grimstroke hits that 6. He's actually level 7 now. Elder Titan, though, he's getting close to level 6.
Yep. They do have Split now available as well on the Brewmaster. As well as the roll, there's a lot of teamfight potential on the Dire side now. They have Lasso as well.
They have the Jug up top. They're bringing these heroes smoked bottom. I don't know if it's going to be in time. It's not a fast tower. They could probably catch them on the retreat if they're quick enough. Immediately the TP over from the Jug showing, but everybody else is coming around the back. So they want to go for Raven. They want to try and get something out of this, giving up that tier 1 tower practically for free. But now if they can make them pay on the side of Fnatic, this is going to be well worth it for the side of Execration. They missed the spear. They've got the tether back over to the Siege Creep. Now Swashbuckle comes through, and they take out Rapido. Down goes RR. 2 on Execration. Gone Ken on the run. He's silenced up. Blade Fury right on top of the Ricky, who's stunned, but they just don't have the damage on the Moon. They've caught BDZ. Everyone surrounds him. 3 heroes gone. Sonic Wave comes in. That finishes off Moon. They're thinking about rejoining as Ken and Yoi are close. This is a tough one to get. The second you get disarmed on this Jug, it could be problematic in finishing these kills. Raven TP's out, and Fnatic just lose Moon. I thought that was going to go way worse for them with the way Execration were pinching, but Fnatic, they pull it off.
It was quite misplayed, but we see the initiation here on the bed. Right
Oh.
That feels bad. Happens, you know, just gonna move on. But the initiation from the bot lane was very weird. Juggernaut was running in alone, spinning the IO, and then on the backline they were getting destroyed by the Bad Rider, while the 2 core heroes were actually focusing on the IO as well. as the bad rider, and there's just nothing, I don't know, they just missed all their spells. They didn't have Arena ready, they didn't have Quap ult ready, and just everything felt kind of disconnected, kind of rushed, you know. The tower was already dying, and they TP'd in last second. They didn't have like a clear idea what they wanted to do.
One thing I want to talk about is we saw that the Orchid was being built on Raven. We talked about this the last time we saw it on an IO. It was first item Orchid when I think the consensus between the panel and us was why not Axe first?
Yeah, but they were way further behind at that point, and this time they have a Quap and a Juggernaut that both hate playing against Orchid.
Yeah.
Last time they completed Orchid, I think the enemy had like 2 BKBs up already, so it wasn't a very useful item. But this game, I think it can do a lot of damage.
So 3K lead, Missaros, no Blink Dagger, working on it.
Yep.
He's got those boots to travel, though. Used that Firefly pretty preemptively. Not going to find anything with it. However, again, Execration, they're starting to pinch. Want to see if they can get something done. They're building the Yules on the Mars, so these Blink initiations just not there for either team just yet. And Aoi will show himself top. Pango also going for Blink. It's one of the items I love most on Pango. I know it's not a damage item or anything like that, but the Blink with the Rolling Thunder always seems like a good addition to me. Lasso onto the Mars. They're going to drag back this Rapido Mars into the hands of this Brood DJ.
Freebie.
And, yeah, it's a freebie with the rest of Execration just continuing to farm and control these lanes out in top and mid. They get the Orchid on the Queen of Pain, so maybe the response isn't there because they want to finish these items.
Yeah, now they have to be careful on the die side as well. But this Quap can die really easily. They have a lot of disables. They have the smokescreen of Ricky. Soon the Orchid on IO as well. As soon as that's completed, there's a lot of kill threat on this Quap. Until he has his BKB. Once Quap has BKB, he will be the dominant force on the map. But that will be maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes, depending on how you know, well his game is gonna go from here on out. Is he gonna find a couple of solo kills, or is he just gonna die? Let's wait and see.
There's the Orchid for Raven, smoked up on Fnatic. Both team smokes gonna break. Cinderbrew thrown out. DJ thinking about it.
Pump faking, yeah.
Pump faking the primal split. Blink Dagger now for the Batride. Feels like he just got a big surge of gold.
Yeah.
Because he was at 1,200 gold the last time we took a look.
I think it was a huge ancient stack, possibly, because the gold difference also went down to 1K, rather than 3K. Something big must have happened.
Yeah, immediately getting into that Blink Dagger, which is massive considering the fact that for the Mars, you know, you still want that Blink, and he's only still going for Yules. Blink Lasso, that's the reveal. They'll show it onto the Jug, whose silenced Soulbind's just not in time. They've used the Primal Split. They're going to commit a lot to this. The Arena's down. The Spear misses, though. Inkswell on the Mars. It'll pop while he's in the air. Cycloned up. BDZ on the run. Ken trying to get what he can. He dusts up this Ricky. But now the Cyclone again. Stroke of Fate onto Moon. God's Rebuke hits. They're eventually going to turn onto this Queen of Pain where they've got the silence, the swashbuckle in. The spear hits onto DJ, but it won't latch onto a tree. They'll follow that up with a kill onto BDZ. They'll look for the Mars. They'll make it a fourth. The only one able to survive is the Elder Titan. And now Fnatic have themselves a 1K lead. They've got Blink Daggers on both the Pangolier as well as the Batrider. And things are falling apart for Execration.
Yeah, it's looking real rough right now. The first Orchid reveal, Quap did nothing, whereas Bedra last instantly killed the Juggernaut. They have a lot of problems to deal with right now. Quap can die very easily, as well as the Juggernaut. Like, they need defensive items ASAP, but I don't think Fnatic is just going to let them farm them. They're 2 Blink Daggers now, they got an Orchid up. It's go time for Fnatic now, they have all they need.
There's the Diffusal you were talking about for the Ricky, too.
Yeah, he had to go for the Diffusal this game, because they had like too greedy of a lineup. But his Diffusal also, they have no way of dispelling it. You know, if he jumps on the Quap, he can solo kill his Quap very easily. Same as the Juggernaut, honestly. Juggernaut is in big trouble here as well. The Mars as well. They just have a lot of problems to deal with right now.
You can see that the smoke's a big, the smoke screen's a big problem for the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, huge problem. Always will be one of the best counters to the hero. Oh.
Orchid and Pangolier silenced up. Not enough damage yet. Committing the Sonic Wave. Needing that kill on Jabs. Taking away his kill spree. And now Queen of Pain going for the Force Staff,
I really
which
hope
is
it doesn't
desperately
go through with
needed.
that. I feel like Force Staff is kind of a bait. It helps you, but it doesn't make you scale at all. You know, if you go for this Force Staff, the enemies will outscale you easily. I'd rather that you have a BKB and you can blink into the backlines and actually make things work. Oh, so close to the Juggernaut. He comes into vision now.
Omni Slash. Solo Masaros
Easy.
takes out the Batrider. Moon rethinking this, but he's under a Sentry Ward, and that's going to be shown. They've got the Dust on the Moon. They're looking for the Sleep. They won't land it onto the Riki, who blink strikes back to the Creep Wave. The Dust also misses.
Quad between bottom now.
Riki survives the chase.
Yeah.
And now they go after the Elder Titan, who's silenced and immediately dispatched. They got the kill on Yoi's Courier. They'll take out the Jug too, coming through and just ripping him apart.
Yeah, Orchid didn't expect that one, even though he should have, you know. They saw the IOTP away. Yeah, they got a good kill on the Batrider, but again, fell apart afterwards. Relocate middle.
And there it is, the defusal with the smoke screen. They go after this Queen of Pain. They'll get the kill. Raven on a killing spree. This is just movement all over the map for Fnatic. Shifting the net worth. It was 4K in the favor of Execration. Now a 2K lead for Fnatic. And it's just the defusal, the smoke screen that's keeping the Queen of Pain silenced the entire time. I was going to say the Force Staff is needed to get out of the smoke screen, but you could just get that BKB.
But then what? If you get Orchided after,
Yeah.
it still does die, you know. This BKB is necessary, whether you build it after or before the Force Staff, you will need it either way, so might as well just itemize it. Oh.
They'll go for the Grimstroke.
Oh, good
Spear
spear.
lands on the Moon. They've got the Soul Bind on him. Moon as well as Raven. Can they get the kill on both of them? They take out one. They'll lose RR. The chase is on, but they've got the Cyclone onto the Jug. So Rapido drops down the arena. They've got the Phantom's Embrace that's out onto Jabs, who will take it off and go into the Rolling Thunder, jump over to the cliff, and look for Rapido as well as this Grimstroke. The Blink brings him back. He gets the kill on Rapido, takes out BDZ. Masaros with the triple. Down goes Jabs, and Ken and Yoi need to survive with the help of RR, but they split that sleep in between this Brewmaster and,
Lasso's
well,
still
Raven. He slept, but he's not killed. There's no follow-up to it. They've got the lasso. They have the silence. They take out Yoi. The Sonic Wave as well as the Earth Splitter comes in, but it's not going to be enough damage to take out these heroes on the side of Fnatic. Execration losing numbers and losing a grasp on this game.
Yeah, lasso not expended. I don't know how he got all these 3 kills without using his lasso. It's... Yeah, he's just going to TP out. They don't have any hard disable, actually, other than the spear.
Kingswell? In time,
Very
just
close.
barely.
No, good pickoff on the retreat there. But yeah, Io is going to have his BKB. He is very, very rich suddenly. Now his BKB is up on Io. They do have damage through BKB, but it's still going to be very rough to see the fight here again. Starts with a perfect spear on the Riki. Soul binding both Io and Riki together, getting the Riki kill. But on the backline, the Batrider is just dealing so much damage. You can see here. It's too much to handle right now.
Meanwhile, live in the bottom right corner, they get the kill into the Queen of Pain again. It's that Orchid from Raven, that damage coming through. But back to the replay. Look at that, the blink back, Rolling Thunder, BDZ, Rapido both falling. Like, it's such a disruptive item when you've got that blink dagger with the Rolling Thunder, and you didn't even need to use it till late when 3 heroes grouped up avoiding him.
Yeah. This...
Phantom's Embrace,
maybe
Ink
spear.
Swell. There's the silence just in time. They're going to relocate into this one. They've got the arena as well as the spear. They get the kill on the Jabs. Raven trying to get some help. Masaros, he'll blink away. They got the sleep on a Raven. Now they've got the silence out of the Mars, and he can't get out of this. He's getting chased down. Tricks of the trade, and there's the blink strike to finish him.
Yeah, we have seen so much of this Battlefield Aghanims Riki that people have kind of forgotten how much damage he actually deals with the Fusel Blade as well. How much pick-off potential he has. He killed the Queen 3 times, the Mars multiple times, the Juggernaut even, you know. This build is paying off big time right now.
Yeah, Fnatic really pulling through with a 7K lead. This is tough for Execration because they did everything right in the beginning of the game, I thought. Their lanes went relatively well.
They went decently, not as in favor of them as I thought they would.
Yeah.
But the Juggernaut dying to the Batrider set him up for a really good game on that Batrider.
Wow.
That should never happen because Batrider is such a big problem right now.
Smoke screen again, but they've got the silence on the Riki, so he's going to turn tail.
Yep.
They also dusted him, so he wants to be better safe than sorry. Bottom tier 2, taken out by Raven by himself.
Yeah, this Io is pretty much unkillable right now unless you can isolate him, get a full Omni Slash on him. But even then, he itemized into Maelstrom. He won't deal too much damage through that BKB. Because of course Maelstrom, all magic. He needs, what, 600 gold until he finishes his Manta style? But is it a little too late, perhaps?
Yeah. It seems like it could definitely be that late. An AK down, it's troublesome.
And Quap did end up committing for the 4-staff. I'm not a big fan at all.
We'll see if it ends up saving. If it saves Ken's life twice, 3 times, I think it's
probably worth it. Yeah.
Soulbind's out. It's going to leash up the Brewmaster onto the Bat Rider, but BDZ, he dies soon afterwards. That's Soulbind for nothing at the moment. They've got the silence to follow that up on both the Brew as well as the Bat, but what else do you have to go for this? And nothing showing, at least for right now, from Execration.
Yeah, I just realized actually that they have pretty much no combo with the Grimstroke at all. Just a leash, but what, then like a Shadow Strike on 2? That's pretty much all I can think about. He's finishing the BKB on Riki very shortly. It's gonna be, again, they have no real BKB damage. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, and soon the Heart's gonna be finished on Raven too.
Yeah.
Where he'll feel pretty unkillable.
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, in this game, you don't even need to tether the Riki, you just tether the Bad Rider, and he just goes ham in their team fight. If a Bad Rider can't die, this is the only problem, sustain, he will dish out a ton of damage.
This Courier's coming across for the Jug, delivering that Manta finish with the ulti orb.
Don't get me wrong, Radiant can still win. They have a good setup with the Arena plus Earth Splitter, everything. They have a lot of damage potential, but Fnatic will kind of have to give it to them, you know? Fnatic has very good chances to cut into the backline, and they're going in right now, looking for a lasso, possibly a diffusal initiation on the Riki. Of course, they have to relocate on the IO. They have to be really careful here on Radiant. They don't want to take this fight. They're tipping out one by one. See if we have any stragglers left behind.
Rapido still there in the trees. Oh, avoiding him.
So close.
He needs to get out, and now they've spotted him. They've got the silence.
Huh? Missed his trade of the tricks, though. They didn't see him.
And he's out. Meanwhile, Raven, though, just solo kill on Ken while they're searching for that Mars.
He actually got lassoed by Bad Rider, obviously. And then Orchid follow-up. Easy kill.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. This 4-staff sounds cute, you know, but it doesn't give you anything. Gives you no health. Gives you literally only the ability to reposition yourself a little bit. It's not a core item, in my opinion, in this game. It can't be.
Yeah, wow. Solo's the new duo, by the way. It was a duo between the Bat and the IO.
Of course.
The BKB's been popped by Raven. They've got the leash onto the Riki. The chase is on, though, from Finatic. They don't want to leave this fight. They've got the Blink Dagger as well as the Rolling Thunder. The Arena's going to be popped by Rapido. They'll look for the sweep in the back lines. Finatic still moving forward. The BKB is being long durations. Jabs with the Rolling Thunder about to run out. They get the kill onto the Jug, and now they'll look for more. Without the Jug, the damage is gone. They'll go for BDZ. They get the kill on a Grimstroke. He'll buy back immediately. Queen of Pain's been silenced up once again. They've got the tether onto the Riki. They land the sleep, but Moon will be relocated back out towards the Tier 2 tower. They'll look over at Jabs. A lot of damage done to the Pangolier, and now the spear hits onto the Riki. They get the kill onto Jabs. They'll look for more, but it's just not going to be enough damage with the tether from Raven onto Moon. And Rapido is in a bad spot. He's dead for 47. He doesn't have buyback, and problems are arising for the side of Execration. They already bought back on BDZ. He's about to be dead again under the flames of Firefly. He's gone for 70. Inkswell's not going to matter. Moon is chasing. He gets the kill on RR. 4 heroes gone on the side of Execration, and all they lose is Jabs. They're still holding on to the Aegis. They're looking for the Tier 2 top, but it's a 16k lead for Fnatic, where Execration have heavily fallen out of this game.
Yeah, so this is the problem with any draft against IO. If you ever fall behind, he has a heart right now. Whoever he's tethered to, he won't die, and IO himself obviously won't die either, simply because he has like the 70, 80 permanent HP region. Yeah. There's just no damage output from the Radiant right now. He itemized into a 4-staff, which is more of like a support build. Lasso again on the Quap.
Lasso, Rolling Thunder, that's going to come through, and Flame Break there.
Very easy.
Duo kill this time. They'll also take out Rapido, who threw down the Arena, but it's not doing anything at this point. They're just too far ahead, up 20k. Tips are now coming through. Rapido, yeah, he'll happily take the 50 shards. He'd rather be leading, but I guess it's a consolation prize.
Get them.
Oh,
because in private lobbies, they always reset after the game. It's unfortunate. So you get tipped, but not really.
It's a fake tip.
Yeah, it's just a Fuse Batman tip.
Swashbuckle, disarm.
Yep, has a Yules and Panga as well, adding even more survivability. This whole Dire team is just so survivable now. Brewmaster with the split, of course, Pango with the Yule's Blink, Ricky has BKB, naturally Ricky, and then you have whoever this IO is tethered to is just pretty much immortal. Like, look at this Ricky just tanking tower, he doesn't care at all.
Yeah, now tethered again, go for the tier 3 mid.
Look at this health region, it's ridiculous.
I don't even know if a team wipe is enough here to bring Execration fully back into it. It really depends on how they execute. They'll look for the silence. They've got the Ink Swell that hits onto the Ricky. They'll take the Aegis out of his hands. Aegis was about to be reclaimed, so he's happy to use it before it is. Soulbind comes in. They've got the tether. They'll look over the Queen of Pain. The Omni Slash is bouncing around, but it's not going to be enough damage to get the kill. And again, they'll look over for the rest. Yowie now outside the Omni Slash. The arena's down to round 3, but it's not he who's stuck in with them. It's them who's stuck in with him, and they'll get the kill on a Rapido. They've got themselves 2. They've bought back on the Queen of Pain, and they'll look for more. The Primal Split committed by DJ, and they're chasing this Queen of Pain. The Swashbuckle hits. Down goes Ken, gone for 78, and they hit the stun onto the Elder Titan with the Blink Strike coming out from Moon. They'll chase down this Elder Titan. There's only 2 alive for the side of Execration. Now make it 1. Cyclone into the air as the Jug that GG is called. Once he hits the ground, he should be dead to rights. Can they do it before the Ancient falls? Yes, they can. Full team wipe for Fnatic. They'll put the dagger in, and they will turn it into a 2-0 victory over Execration.
Made it look super easy.
Yeah.
The second game, what can you say, man? I feel Execration had a better overall draft. They should have done way better on the lanes, you know. Quap didn't do as well as I thought. Juggernaut died to Bad Rider somehow. There's like a lot of little things adding up. And then again, if you're ever behind against an IO draft with a no damage draft, quote unquote, you just can't kill anything. They dominated the map perfectly after they got the Diffusal Blade and Blink on Bad Rider. Punished pretty much every move Execration made. They always outnumbered them. Were always ready for every move they made. And looked very convincing from Fnatic this time around.
Yeah.
They didn't fool around like in game 1. All in this time.
Serious time in game 2, and they defeat Execration 2-0. To break it down for you is the panel. Back over to Nomad and crew.
Thank you very much, Beatcop and Black. Wonderful casting as always. And yeah, what a performance from Fnatic. These guys showing that they are deserving of their invite. Guys, Fnatic cleaner in game number 2 than game number 1?
Yeah, I still felt like Execration had a better draft in game number 2. It's just the way Fnatic moves around the map. I would say confident, maybe a bit overconfident considering how they played in game number 1. But overall, they had the tools to, deal with some of that stuff. 3k gold lead, 10 minutes in for Execration. Still not enough, to keep putting that pressure on the lanes. Like, they had much better lanes in all 3 lanes, I would say. So Execration need to work out on their execution.
Execration working on their execution. Very nice. Lizard, talking about Execration's execution, what would you like them to improve for the next series?
What could Execration improve for the next series? Honestly, for me, the draft was fine. The gameplay also was solid. Maybe some item decision making you could say could be done a little bit better here and there, but they just met an opponent that was as prepared for them as for anyone else, and also very skilled and probably favorites coming into this match. It's very difficult to tell them just improve on this or that. It's really hard to call one single thing after a series such as this one. Maybe diversify your hero pool, but besides that, for me, it's difficult to say after this series.
Some questionable itemization, where Queen of Pain gets Force Staff. I can get behind it thinking, I want to force myself out of the Ricky's fog, to not have to use a BKB, but then it backfires. You do not have a defensive tool. It's not an item that you want to buy on a core. Core Queen of Pain, some of the cores feel fine, like OD, but Queen of Pain is definitely not the hero that should be holding it. Ricky Diffusal, however, nice item build from him. We kind of forgot how much damage Ricky deals with the Diffusal Blades, because we are used to seeing that Battle Fury into Agony Receptor. It's a ton of damage, it's a cleave damage, you can get inside of the people, but yeah, Ricky Diffusal Blade is still very, very strong, and I think it's the correct item build here, because usually Ricky doesn't build item that nowadays that gives him agility, and the Diffusal Blade gives him agility, so we can see like the damage coming out from him.
In hindsight, one thing that maybe could be done better is if you have a more aggressive lineup, you can't play the same way you would be playing with your Medusa drafts, right? So that's something to improve upon, but that all comes down to actually executing your spells and everything properly, which was the only thing that you could see as a miss here and there from Execration in this series, but that's also because of the caliber of the enemy that they're playing against.
And for the series, we of course have our MVP, and for this one, it is going to be Masaros playing on the Batrider. Solid performance. Offlaner just doing his work and doing it damn well.
Masaros, yeah, his positioning, itemization, once again, was on point. Boots of Travel, Blink Dagger, getting good pickoffs on the Juggernaut, something that Juggernaut does not like to play into, any kind of BKB piercing ability. So Masaros did a very good job, you know, scaling to... itemizing to scale, getting a BKB after that, just overall great performance from him.
Yeah, constantly putting on the pressure as well. I mean, that's what you want to be seeing, especially when you're playing with his IO. It's just constant pressure, allow the IO to reach that Ags, and once IO hits Ags, like the rate in which IO farms is just ridiculous. I mean, Raven has been showing that this hero is so strong. Are there anything you can do against this IO on the side of Fnatic, or do you think it's just first ban material from them? I
think it's first ban material, not only because it's hero that's really strong with that Aghanim's and Orchid, or even Helm of Dominators, Aghanim's, Orchid, whatever. It's the flex pick, right? It's very flexible, and they have proven to us in multiple games now that they can play it in different compositions with different heroes surrounding him, and he still provides so much to the game. So I think it's one of those strategies that they have perfected, and because of that, just banning it out is much easier. The same way they banned out the Duza, let's say, or the Bat.
Alrighty, well, we do have an interview available for you guys, and joining us here to talk about this game is DJ from Team Finatic. DJ, firstly, congratulations. How are you doing after this win?
Thank you. We're happy.
Good stuff, good stuff. Now, what I wanted to ask as my first question is, game number one was looking good from you guys, but we noticed you guys got, you dove a bit, you were having a lot of fun. What was the atmosphere like after that game? Was it very jovial and fun, or was there a little bit of a sense of like, we could have lost that one?
I think even though we lost that fight at the first game, we still think that we're still going to win. It's just like a mistake, a small mistake, and we just need to go again.
All right, and who would you say is the voice of reason within your team then?
Sorry, what?
Who would you say is the voice of reason, the one telling everybody, that maybe we shouldn't go so crazy?
I actually cannot remember, but I think it was Nana or Polo.
Good stuff. All right, you guys have a question for DJ?
Yeah, we're on the second week of Southeast Asia. How do you feel about your region? Who do you think is going to major, looking how teams play right now? Besides you guys, of course.
I mean, TNC is always there. I think they're still a strong team, even though they lost the first series against Execration. T1 for me as well. Kuku's team is really strong as well. I actually don't know the third one because all the teams in C are like equally strong.
Yeah, that's why the region is so exciting. Lizard, what's your question?
Yeah, congrats on the win once again, DJ. What I'm really interested in is, this is a very long format, but you're not playing many series, right? Like one series a week or so. What happens in between? How many scrims do you do? How do you practice and prepare? And do you scrim against the teams that are in the league?
After we lost a lot of tournaments and we knew that DPC is gonna start soon, we kind of trained harder than before. We scrim actually really early, like the first week of January. But usually we start scrimming like 7 to 10 days before the tournament starts. But this tournament we start really early, first week of January, and we're scrimming a lot of teams, even the teams that are in the league. Yeah.
Are you still scrimming them like during the league? You are, right, or not?
Yeah, during the league we actually have a lot of time. We have like 7 days, and we have one break day. Then after that we have pub days and scrim days.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing I wanted to ask is, between you and your teammates, is there anything other than Dota that you guys bond over?
Actually, right now we only talk when there's a game or there's a practice. Like it's not like before when you guys are in the boot camp and everyone's hanging around together, doing something.
And also, on that same note, has the mood shifted in your team since the DPC has started? Is everyone being more serious or more kind of conversational? What's the mood like in the team?
I mean, the big change was like more scrims, and we started early. But I mean, we're still just doing our like same routine. It's just like more screams and maybe just more serious.
Alrighty, well, one last question from me, if you guys are all good. My final one would be: what have you been surprised by in the SEA region so far?
I mean, I think the C region right now, like the hero pools are like on point on the meta. Like there's a Wisp, there's a lot of heroes that are getting picked in C, like Wraith King, a lot of good heroes. And yeah, I think C region right now is really competitive more than before.
It's good to hear, and
Yeah.
of course, yeah, definitely from our point of view, we've been really enjoying the drafts. We've been constantly saying how on meta this SEA region is, and you guys have been at the forefront of that. So once again, DJ, congratulations on your win today. We'll continue to see you hopefully succeed throughout the rest of the DPC SEA. Thanks for talking to us, and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Yeah. Very interesting that they are still screaming with the team. I mean, you have to scream, you have to practice, but you're screaming with the teams that you're playing against in the league that's very long. Like you're giving away ideas, or it's a funky position that we are in.
You probably play like 5-6 scrims a day anyway, so you need to play with the top tier team. So, you know, I can understand that. They probably play some teams from the lower division as well, but you also want to, you know, stay in shape and just play with the best teams.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting as well. He was saying, like, we don't talk outside of Dota, you know, it's all business with those guys.
Probably for the best, considering how long the tournament is.
This is why I don't hang out with you guys, you know. I'm just doing my own stuff, because I know I'll get sick of you after 8 weeks.
8 weeks?
Feels bad. Alrighty, well, we can have a look at the standings now and see where it all is settling after the dust has settled. And we have, of course, Finatic now joining Neon eSports with the 2-0 club in the series results so far. Execration now with the 1-1, 496 with the 1-1, TNC with the 1-1, Boom eSports with the 0-1, T1 with the 0-1, and Vice eSports with the 0-2. Unfortunately, of course, that is all going to change throughout the week. We've got plenty more action here in the SEA region throughout the tournament, but these early standings, obviously the standout here is definitely Neon eSports with the 2-0. I mean, that hasn't changed since this morning, but that team is going to be very interesting to see how they match up against some of the bigger dogs as well. Within the top 4 as well, it's not looking quite how we expected just yet. You know, T1 and TNC not quite up there as of yet, but TNC definitely showing like they're turning a corner just about now. Guys, any other...
TNC lost the series, but we could see like the full potential of the team, how strong they are today, and looking good. You know, sometimes you have to lose to learn something. SEA region very competitive and chaotic as expected, so you know you can't just predict. There's not going to be anyone who can like predict all 8 teams.
Alrighty, well, let's have a look at... first, we have a tweet, actually. We've got someone using the hashtag...
It's a meme.
Hope so, hope so. Let's have a look. Hashtag
Bernie?
DPC SEA is where you can go to. All right, let's have a look. Glowing Ball hurts more than my blade. Raven position 1. Raven position 1 IO. He's glowing more, I think is what he's getting at here. This Juggernaut is glowing more in the second position than in the first position because he's IO rather than...
These memes, these jokes are over my head, man. Just flying over. You're the memester here, the meme master of the panel. Do you get it?
It's okay 2 out of 10. I know you guys can do better.
2 out of 10, it's
2 out of
okay.
10.
That's not okay, man.
You know, if it's his first try, it's okay. You have to start
tried,
somewhere.
yeah.
But I want to see a Bernie meme. Like tomorrow, prepare me a really good Bernie meme. I want to be, you know, wow, what is this, man? I can't believe you actually thought of that.
And not just Chief Memester on the panel, but also Chief Predictor, because Lacoste can reveal that you are indeed the prediction king for the day. Get the most right. Congratulations.
You know, not expected, knowing my history of being a prediction god, not a king, but, you know, still, god is above a king a bit. But, yeah, as expected, you know, you scrubs, you are falling for those traps. Like, what's going to happen here? It's an easy job for a real analyst.
Oh, Lizard, you know, maybe you can get your comeuppance tomorrow, but...
yeah, it's always easy to go for the teams that are considered favorites, right? Without even seeing the draft. Be a god or a king like that.
I mean, tell whatever you want to hear, you know, just to feel better. I can tap you on the back on your way out because the king stays here.
The king stays here. All right,
Exactly.
see you tomorrow, king.
Alrighty, dude. Yeah, enjoy the studio with all the lights out and everything. Alrighty, let's have a look at our schedules for the next few days, of course, and this will be January 28th. As we have 496 Gaming versus Boom eSports on the cards, and that'll be starting at 12 CET. Very interesting game. Boom, you know, they've got a bit of recovery to do after last week. Hopefully they can show something here, but I think 496 are the favorites, which I wouldn't have said
Like
coming into this tournament.
496, definitely a favorite. I'd call this 80-20. Like Boom eSports, really not convinced to what they've been doing so far. I think they need to like reset what you think is good and just to start fresh, because some stuff is like really weird, and you know, they have the caliber of the players that can do better, and I hope they can.
Yeah, we've seen them done extremely well in the past, so
Yeah.
I just expect a draft that's playable from them. That's all. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm just asking for a normal win condition, a normal playmaker, normal offlane, and please no bounty hunter.
It's about
That's
the
it.
drafts. It's like you are coming to a sword fight with a Swiss knife, you know. You're probably gonna lose, so don't do that to yourself.
Absolutely, and I think sometimes it can look weird as well, especially when the teams are scrimming this much, as it sounds very much like they are. You know, we know that strange metas start to develop when you play each other a lot, and you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes there. So whilst it might look quite odd to us and not actually work on the day, you never know what's going on behind the scenes, what they've been winning with, what they've been having success with, and sometimes the particular combinations don't really work as well as they expect in the actual light of day, so we don't really know what's going on there. But what we do know is that Boom did underperform massively, but
For sure.
we're still early on. They still have time to change and time to get some wind under their belt and possibly make it to that all-important major and get those all-important DPC points. But from today, we are all done. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, tweet out, as we will be revisiting that tomorrow. Hashtag DPCSEA. We want to see your burning memes, but from today, it's going to be goodbye. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for more DPC action.